Hooray for the public theater, mobile Shakespearean theater. You have opened the eyes of some pretty hardened, quote, vow to never smile tough guys. Bernard, age 50.
The current version of the Mobile Shakespeare Unit is about 5 years old now, but it has its roots in the founding vision of the public theater. Papp was doing this decades ago, providing free Shakespeare in all the parks around New York City. And now we take Shakespeare to all 5 boroughs. We travel to 18 venues for 3 weeks, and we put on a play. Oscar Eustace, our artistic director, says this great thing about the mobile unit, especially as it relates to the Delacorte. He says, we've removed the economic barrier from Shakespeare. We're giving away tens of thousands of tickets each year at the Delacorte. But you still have to be able to wait in line to get the ticket. And you still have to be able to physically get to the Delacorte. And the mobile Shakespeare unit is for the audiences who can do neither. So the mobile unit, I think, is key to fulfilling the public's mission to make theater available for all. A typical day on tour always starts with coffee. Always. The actors arrive at the public theater every morning. They pile into a van. It's so cozy. And then they travel as far as an hour outside of the city sometimes to get to their destination. So each time we go into a venue, we arrive, we shake hands, we say hello, we say thank you for welcoming us into your home. Then we set up chairs around a 14 by 14 foot square. The audience comes in, turn on the lights, and we do the play. We go to homeless shelters and prisons of all security levels, community centers, and everything in between.
I've been incarcerated for 12 years and 8 months. I was recently released, and while I was there, I had the honor of having 2 performances. Who would ever think that you could transform a prison visiting room into a production theater? I remember seeing the dress rack where they had different costume items, and like during the show, we'd be watching them, change, and just like, wow, like just amazed with, what was going on. Like, that's not what you expected to see.
Shakespeare is a good gateway drug for theater. Can I say that?
Yeah, you can.
We tend to put Shakespeare up high where not very many people can reach him. And the mobile Shakespeare unit consistently takes him down off of that big pedestal and offers him up to the masses.
Like when you think of like Shakespeare plays, it's like it's this language and it's like art style, and it's like what? Like it's just so confusing sometimes. Like it's hard for you to actually understand what the meaning is of the script. So the mobile unit is just like it wasn't a Shakespeare play. Like it was a Shakespeare play, but you understood the dialogue fully.
The mobile unit audiences are my favorite audiences in New York City, in part because we're coming to them, we're coming into their home, and so they're really relaxed and they are beautifully unpracticed.
We have set up the show in such a way where it's like we're very present with the people in this room, And so there are times like you'll look over and people are like trying to tell you like, oh, that's your father.
Even though we were watching the play, it's like we were in the play too. So just like the whole time everybody's like just smiling.
They're with you and they're experiencing it. And I think people don't have the permission to experience things as vocally in the theater.
I consistently hear, particularly from our incarcerated populations, I hear them ask, how do I get more of this? Where can I find more of this? How can I find you when I get out of here? And that's really exciting.
That was the gossip for a minute. Like you always have conversation that's floating throughout, the prison, or this one did this. Like it wasn't negative, like it was something positive that was floating around from cell door to cell door.
We empower communities by saying, these stories belong to you as well. And not just these stories, but all the stories. And now, here, take them. They're yours.
It was alive. Like they brought Shakespeare alive.
Thank you so much, and I will pay to see it again when I'm released next week. Look for me in the audience.